The Civilization Preservation Society's invasion of Grank's brushlands ended as abruptly as it began. Lycanwrath's company was wiped out before sundown. Even seasoned soldiers, such as Second Lieutenant Ormhaxan, fell before Grank's militia. The victory would have been impossible without the aid of new frontiersmen Huevo, Ranchero, and Hcaz, who had witnessed the CPS's techniques and strategies that Shattered Creek had turned them against them at the brushlands. Lycanwrath found a worthy opponent in Hcaz, who slew him and sent the rest of the company into disarray. Victory was not perfect. All were reminded of the maniac lurking just out of sight when a young militiaman named Specter felt the full effect of Dragon's experiments. Captain Vaepho was the sole survivor of the company and was apprehended by Greg for the second half of the message. Though he remained defiant, hours of serious beatings convinced Vaepho that he had no other option aside from an undignified death at the hands of the NFC, without a chance to inform his people and earn a promotion, and eventually complied. Though a mortal enemy of Vaepho, Greg knew he could not afford to kill him, and that sending him battle-scarred to the CPS city of Albuquerque to warn his superiors would further dissuade CPS from trying to invade Grank's brushlands again. Vaepho was forced to return to Albuquerque alone to report the loss and accept the according punishment. But he smiled as he walked to the center of Albuquerque, knowing that, with the fall of Lycanwrath, he entered the city not as a captain, but a major. Albuquerque felt a pang of loss when the news of the fallen company reached his heart, but none so much as the member who had been left behind, Jack London. The captain was inconsolable. Back in the brushlands, Grank's tribe worked tirelessly to break the code and discover the location of the mysterious Dr. Holner. After 16 hours of work, the code was broken, and the answer was revealed. The message had been a report from a nearby CPS outpost.
Urgent update. Recent scouting parties have reported strange industrial sounds coming from Paradise Gorge. Inspection of the gorge has revealed no sentient inhabitants, but numerous reports have confirmed it as the origin point of the noise. Requesting orders on how to proceed with current situation. No sign of Dr. Helmer yet. Major Cedric Braum, Mountain Well Outpost.
Realizing that once their first message went unanswered, the CPS would try to contact Albuquerque again, Greg knew he needed to act fast. The only way for a war party to get to the Paradise Gorge in time was by going through Albuquerque. Out of options, he turned to a member of his old tribe, X. X had been a Marine fighting the Zachary invasion when New York was nuked. He had found a fallout shelter to crawl into and narrowly avoided death. X had the skill and knowledge needed for the mission, but he had also been discharged for suspected war crimes. In spite of his past disorders, however, Greg needed him. X was made a sheriff of the New Frontiersman Confederation and sent off to Paradise Gorge with a small group of militiamen. They made their way into the shadows of Albuquerque. mission went smoothly enough, save for a brief encounter with the grief-stricken CPS Captain Jack London, who had not taken the news of his comrade's fate well. After a short firefight, X and his party managed to escape, but London went straight to Vaepho and told about the incident. Vaepho easily deduced the motivation behind the intrusion. When they arrived at the mouth of the gorge, X's party destroyed Mountain Well Outpost, killed all the soldiers there. They then entered the mouth of the gorge and began the search for Howler, but they weren't alone. Vaepho had followed X's party from Albuquerque, bringing his own company along with him. He had rightly suspected that X had been on his way to find Howler, and he wasn't about to sit back and let it happen. Now, both X's militia and Vaepho's company scope the fertile bed of paradise. The man they seek is within their grasp, but the gorge is a strange place and does odd things to people who stay let in for too long. The scientists they seek may be less than thrilled to follow either party out of his home, and that's assuming they even find him. Paradise Gorge isn't Eden in this post-apocalyptic wasteland, but even Eden became uninhabited for a reason.